Okay, so we'll get started with lighting nature's dual fuel. I've got several ways to light it, and we'll go through it. I've got 6 little piles here, about 1/2 ounce to 0.7 ounces. Typically a match will work. Today's a bit breezy, so I don't know how well that'll work, but we've got ways around that. But let's just try to start with a couple matches. And another way is just with a lighter. You know, that works just as well. And I've got this thing, it's kind of a, I don't know, jet lighter. So I use that sometimes. Only thing with this, you got to kind of hold it at a distance, because the air in itself will blow out the flame, just like it did there. Okay. And so this with the match looks like, again, it was a little windy today, but one workaround I do is I always bring a little cotton Vaseline. And that should be able to take a striker. And another thing I've come up with is you take your bag, you know, like today it's windy. I'll just cut out a center section like that, and I'll create and just tie a couple knots in it, and that kind of creates a sort of a wick, so to speak. And you can light that. That lights no problem. And also have these waterproof matches. This works well also. And what I'll do with that, well, let me get the wick going here. And make sure the flame stays in one position. Just kind of keep it pressed into the center of nature's dual fuel, like so. And that's usually good enough to light it. And while we're started, I'll go ahead and light up my little hobo stove. As you can see, it's got a little screen in the bottom. And if you look in the description below, you'll see links to how to make these stoves. And I'll put a couple tablespoons, or a big tablespoon. Probably you're going to need at least a 1/2 ounce to get this started. Especially to boil a cup of water, you're going to need at least a 1/2 ounce. And I'll try a match. I think a match will work inside the can. We'll put 2 in there just to be safe. And the thing about this is if you're going to, and once it gets started, you know, it'll form this carbon crust, but there's plenty of nature's dual fuel underneath it. So if you just want to open it up like that, expose more nature's dual fuel, it's perfect. And if you find yourself wanting to add more nature's dual fuel, don't add it directly on top. Add it to the side like so, and then just kind of pull your fire to it. Okay, it's going in there. And I found a bag of nature's dual fuel, which is a 5-ounce bag. It'll boil right at 3/4 of or 3 liter or 3 quarts of water. And using nature's dual fuel, like burning an ounce at a time on the ground, you probably got about 50 to 60 minutes of burn time. In a stove like this, you probably got anywhere from 60 to 75 minutes. And typically it'll boil a cup of water in about 5 to 6 minutes. And you'll find out when the flame starts coming out of the top of your stove that it's just want to stir it and kind of mix the flame within nature's dual fuel, and you're good to go. And that's really all there is to it. And again, you probably just want to bring the flame to the nature's dual fuel instead of add it directly to the top of it. And today, like we saw, it was a little windy, so I had to use a little cotton with a little Vaseline on top to kind of get it going. So here we go. And like right now, it's coming out of the top of the can, and it's ready to accept a canteen cup if you want to boil water. So